We're doing the film thing.
I went to your party, I danced all night.
I'm Jen O'Donnell, and I am a gardener. I am a gardener in the Cambridge, Somerville, and Seattle now area. I guess what I do mostly is create small urban ecospaces for people, plants, small creatures, butterflies, birds, all that kind of stuff. Like biodiversity in the city is super important to me. Basically just maintaining a healthy variety of different types of organisms in a given system. Yeah, to take out lawns, to take out anything that actually requires a ton of water or chemicals to maintain, and creating a super biodiverse space to keep the ecosystem healthy. What I'd like to do is take a ground cover that, say, one type of insect is the only thing that's like drawn to it is one type of insect. Like what benefit does that do to an ecosystem? So basically to get rid of that and to put as many flowers, shrubs, annuals, perennials, herbs, creates that web of life. I think a really awesome part about gardening and what I do is being able to teach people how to grow their own food. It's super empowering. They know where it's coming from. They can grow what they want, and their kids get more excited about it. I mean, there's tons of schools everywhere where kids didn't even know that a carrot grew from the ground, like where their stuff comes from, and just to be able to create a space where a family can do that and to teach them how to do that is fantastic. If you're growing your own food, you want to make sure that your soil is as healthy as possible, and keeping the carbon in the ground by planting vegetables and flowers, etc., that have super deep roots, hold the carbon in place. Dandelions get a bad rap, but they're also a dynamic accumulator. Sunflowers are the same way. Comfrey, which is a really awesome one, they have a super, super deep, long taproot that sort of busts through all like the unhealthy, no nutrient soil, go down into the earth, actually pull up the best nutrients, bring them up to their leaves, let the leaves fall, and it continues to nutrify the soil. Some of the weeds that actually have been brought over from the settlers, etc., can actually decimate the local, the native plants that are here, thereby robbing native creatures of their natural food source. So to take out the invasives, and if you want to plant things that grow wild and native and crazy in New England area, go for it. Let it go crazy. It's like living art. It's getting to play with living art. It's constantly growing, obviously. It changes color in the spring, summer, fall. It's putting palettes together that are going to look good throughout the season. It's not even just the flowers, which most people think is the most important thing about gardening. It's also the textures in the greens. It's the texture in the motion of things, like grass. Imagine you wanted some sort of Asian garden or something that reminded you of the beach, and they wanted water, but you can't get a water feature in there, so you can just work with grasses, which sort of emulates the movement of water. In terms of pruning, it's like sculpting living things, which is also really kind of cool. Jewelweed, and it grows next to poison ivy, and if you already get infected by poison ivy, you take a leaf, chew it up in your mouth, turn into this weird pulp, and then just smear it on the area where you get the poison ivy, and it cures you. Doesn't spread, doesn't grow, doesn't itch anymore. Jewelweed. If there's a ton of poison ivy somewhere they don't want to be, they bring in goats to take care of it. They eat it, they don't get poison ivy. It's not it's not any sort of chemical. Yeah, access to bathrooms is a pretty funny issue when you're a gardener. I think my favorite bathroom experience was when I was on Sturrow Drive. Super open, very formal landscape in the front that people were walking by, cars, and I just put 3 or 4 of the brown bags around me and I did my thing. Something that I'm still struggling how to figure out how to deal with are rabbits.
Played all your favorite songs.
The invasive rabbits of Cambridge. I have no idea how to keep them away. I won't use chemicals. I mean, maybe we can get some sort of like other thing that it wants to eat other than everything else in the garden. Herbicides and pesticides should be super regulated, if not outlawed completely. If you have a flat roof that is over a certain size, you should be required to turn it into some sort of living roof or a green roof. If you are going to create your own garden, figure out what is local to your zone. Make sure there's like tons of flowers and biodiversity. Make sure you have things blooming all season long. Enjoy it. Make sure you go out there and enjoy it and roll around in it and smell all the different types of like even just leaves. Bring your kids out there, let them get dirty. That's the most important part about having a garden, I think, is to be able to enjoy it and to be outside and create a space that brings you tranquility or peace. That's all. That's it. That's all I got.
I looked in the medicine cabinet.
Did I tell you about that time I pooped in a bag?
I took what I could find.